Competition day. So over the past weekend, myself, Evan and Jared, we hit up a competition called the Fittest 3's. It's a competition at the sunny coast at Crossfit Stables. This is just going to be a video talking about the experience, the events, how we did, what we could have done better on, all that kind of stuff, and I'll chuck as many clips and photos as I can. Just before the video starts, if you really enjoy my content like normal, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really does support the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. The day started off pretty early. We had to get there at 6:30 for registration, and like any normal RX comp, you do know that your heat is not till 9:45, so it was a 3 hour and 15 minute wait before we even got to compete in our first event, which can be a little bit annoying, but it just is how it is. And let's roll into event one. You had 14 minutes to complete 3 Haynes squat cleans, 3 front squats, and 3 shoulder to overhead, starting at the complex weight of 60, and every time you complete the weight, it goes up by 10 kilos. So 70, 80, 90, 100, all the way up to 130, or until your time cap. You went straight into 6-minute time cap of a 3RM thruster, where you have 3 successful attempts to hit the heaviest weight possible. Now both events are scored by total weight moved, so obviously the further you get into the complex and the more weight you lift on the thruster, the better your score is, and they're 2 separately scored events. Now, coming into this first event, definitely my thoughts was that I was very stiff, especially just waiting so long before the first event was to start. But apart from that, I feel like it went pretty well. As we built up the complex, it was probably one of the more cardio intensive workouts of the day, just because you kind of had to move so many reps at such a heavy weight so quickly, and the rest time was no more than a minute between each person going through. So you started to fatigue really quickly in that one. As the weight got heavier, something really funny happened. So we tend to touch and go our cleans, and on the 120 round for Evan, he bent the bar. So we asked for a new bar and they gave us a new bar. And then after the next round, he bent the bar again. So before his 130 round, he had 2 bent bars, and this time they refused to give us another bar, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, almost completed the complex. Myself, I failed my 110 shoulder to overhead, so I got halfway through that one. And Jared failed his 100 kilo push jerk, so he got halfway through that one too. So pretty good scoring for that one. We came second on part A. And then the 3RM thruster came along. Now I got a couple of clips from this one. So our scores for event 2 for the thruster event. Jared got 90 kilos, I got 110, and Evan got 120 for our 3RM thruster. And that event scored us a first place win, which was awesome. So coming out of event 1, we had a second and a first overall. Moving into event 2. So Event 2 was the gymnastics workout. It consisted of 5 rounds for time, 20 bar muscle ups, 40 handstand push-ups, and 60 wall balls. We practiced the workout once before. We worked out we got about just over 17 minutes in total for that workout. With our practice run against our on the day run, we were probably about 10 to 15 seconds slower on the day, just because of some sort of transitions, as well as Jared got no reps 10 times in the wall balls. He just missed the height a couple of times. But apart from that, it was pretty spot on. My thoughts on that event, I was very confident coming in knowing that we would probably get the event win, just because I know us as a team are quite good at gymnastics, so that event was just right down our alley. We didn't fall off our plan, we kept it as is, and we ended up finishing at 17:29. The next best team had a 19-minute finish, so we annihilated that event on the scoreboard, which gave us another first place win, and that was halfway through the day. So a pretty good start. Moving into event 3 though, we weren't as confident. That was probably one of our worst events coming up. So event 3 was very similar to event 2 with it did have a 20-minute cap. However, it was a 2-part event, this one. It started off with a 1-mile run as a team. So we had this kind of small rope looking thing, very flimsy looking rope, and you have to hold it between the 3 people. So you all had to have a hand on the rope and you had to run together as a group for the 1.6k mark. So it was about a mile. It was a very weird, awkward track. You had to run around trees and around a car park and all this kind of crap. And it was raining as well, pelting with rain. So it was a bit cold outside, and I made a really poor decision of taking my shirt off before the workout. But it kind of worked out in the end. Now in our heat, we came first for the run by at least 200 meters. But in the overall standings, when we looked afterwards, we ended up coming 9th for that event. So that was our worst event of the day. But when you come in from the run, you go straight into our sandbag workout. Now the sandbag workout was in Indian file, 5 burpees over the sandbag, 5 sandbag cleans over the shoulder at 60 kilos, 5 sandbag squats, and then a 5-meter carry. And then partner 2 goes. Probably the toughest workout of the day, even though it was probably our weakest one. Both of the combination of the run and the sandbag work was just so fatiguing. When you hit that sandbag, especially those squats, your legs were just burning. It was killing. And our game plan was for Jared to come off the run first and hit the sandbag. But on the last turn of the run, all I could hear was he's like, "Does anyone else want to start on the sandbag first?" Sure. I was like, sure, I'll take the sandbag. Yeah, it was probably only the first round that really hurt bad. And from there, it was just a long, grindy workout of just sprinting the sandbag and just resting as needed. And we ended up coming 2nd for that event as well. So another great finish for us. But it was just that 9th place finish that did put us a little bit behind coming into the final event. But we did have quite a big lead, I think about 7-point lead moving into event 4, which was the swim. The swim workout. So the swim workout was probably the most anticipated workout of the year for myself. I've been literally training for this same comp for the last 5 months. Previous years, an awful swimmer, and the last 3 years we did do this comp, we came into it to the final event in first every single time. And then when we got to the swimming workout, I would blow it just because I didn't practice my swimming. I was awful. I just let the team down, that kind of sense. So this year I was really determined to be able to perform at least good enough that it wasn't going to blow the team score out of the water. The final swim workout was an 18-minute workout in total. You had 3 6-minute AMRAPs that you must perform back to back by yourself before you moved on to partner 2. So for example, I performed the first 3 2-round workouts of a 50-meter swim, 50 double unders, and then max devil's press at 22.5 kilos in the remaining time. At the 2-minute mark, I jump in the water again for another swim, double unders, devil's press, and then finally I would jump in the water a 3rd time for my final swim, double unders, devil's press. Then partner 2 would go after that. So it was very much an individual workout. It was a very tough workout because there was a lot of cardio, a lot of breathing. And I'm not the strongest swimmer, so getting back into the water again, round 2 and 3 definitely hurt. That being said, I got 4 devil's press out in total, which no world record there. However, for me that was amazing because I got out of the water, I got to do the skipping, and it got my team some points on the scoreboard so that we didn't lose it too badly. Now, lucky for me, both Evan and Jared carried that event hard for myself. I believe Evan ended up on 13 devil's press in total, and Jared had about 16. So they both killed that event, and in the water as well, they were way ahead of the competition. And we ended up finishing that event first too. So crazy finish to the day. But overall, that was the day. So we ended up with 3 first place finishes, 2 second place finishes, and a 9th. So it was an awesome day. Great podium finish for myself, Evan, and Jared. It's the first comp that we've ever done together as a trio. So it was a great experience as well. My lovely woman Jessica competed as well in her first comp ever for CrossFit, and she finished 14th out of 50 female scale teams, which was awesome for her, especially for her first comp. So it was a great effort to her. So yeah, give her some love. At this Chidi, probably my advice for anyone out there looking at doing comps, worry less about the things that you can't control and focus on everything that you can. Well, that about wraps up the video today, guys. We've got some great stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, especially Evan competing at the Down Under CrossFit Championship, which should be awesome. Jacob Hettner's going to be there. Let's see if I can get some stuff about him. And apart from that, if you haven't already, share, like, subscribe to the video, and see you guys next time for some more good content. See you, beasts. Sipping
Codeine in the nosebleeds, cause nobody around her know me. I'm so low-key. She say that she missed her old me, cause she lonely, but it ain't my fault. Sipping codeine in the nosebleeds, cause nobody around her know me. I'm so low-key. She say that she missed her old me, cause she lonely, but it ain't my fault. Nah, it ain't my fault. I be laid back doing